What's up guys, Magic Knives here, and today I'm bringing to you some Modern Warfare knife-only gameplay on the map Vacant. Also, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy, staying at home, quarantining yourself from people and such. I know it's pretty hard trying to stay sane during this time, but you know, hopefully we'll all get through this, and hopefully we'll get past the peak of this if we're not already. So yeah, all the best wishes. But unfortunately, if this wasn't bad enough, we had to, as Canadians, we had to suffer another tragedy. We don't know, I'm from Canada, but we over the weekend we have suffered our worst mass shooting in Canadian history. A gunman, managed to kill 23 people in Nova Scotia, and the crazy thing about it is that he actually owned RCMP cruisers. And if you don't know what RCMP is, it's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. That's basically our federal police force in Canada. And you know, he actually collected some old RCMP cruisers, and he dressed himself as a cop. So in a way, it kind of, I don't know, benefited his, it gave him an advantage, so to speak, I suppose. I don't know too much details about that, but that said, it took span over 13 hours apparently, and you know, he ended up killing 23 people, burning down some of the victims' houses, and then finally, like, you know, the RCMP finally managed to take the gunman down. And one thing I am kind of glad in this case is, well, for one, we still don't know what type of firearms he used in this case. That's up to debate at the moment, as what he actually used to kill the victims. But at the same time, one of the things that I appreciate the Canadian media doing at the moment is that they've actually censored somewhat of the information about the gunman. Because one of the things that encourages future shootings is the media. Because once you put up the picture of a shooter and you keep publicizing him and showcasing him on the news and media, you are giving that person notoriety and the fame that he wanted by doing this atrocity. And I've talked about this in a previous commentary. I won't go over it again, but you should get the idea. So anyways, one of the things though is the fact that as Canadians, we have very strict gun laws. We cannot, you have to get a firearms license to own a firearm. And the thing is, like, you can only, once you get a firearms license, which takes a very long time, for the record, you have to take some classes, and you have to wait at least a month before you actually receive your license. And then once you get it, you go through a background screening every single day. A computer scans every firearms owner to make sure they haven't committed a crime or anything. And then you basically lose your rights of privacy. Because if something happens, police can just barge in through your door anytime if they know you're a firearms owner and just search your house. So, if you're not that crazy about privacy, then maybe it's not a big of a deal to you. But the other thing is, you can only own a firearm for two purposes: for sports shooting and hunting. You have no right to protect yourself in Canada. If you shoot at somebody with a gun, you get criminally charged for shooting somebody. There's never any case, as far as the Canadian government believes, that you have a right to shoot somebody in self-defense. and you don't even have self-defense rights in general anyways. Even if you punch somebody in self-defense, you can still get charged as a criminal, which is ridiculous. And on top of that, even when you own a firearm, there's a lot of limitations. A lot of limitations on the guns that you can use. We don't get to have AKs in here. You only have 5 rounds in a rifle magazine. You have 10 rounds only in a pistol magazine. And the thing is, guys, all these gun restrictions are due to the fact from a mass shooting. About, I think it was back in 1990-ish, there was a mass shooting that took place, and the Liberal government, that is Trudeau, and the ones before him, decided to implement these laws and to try to prevent future mass shootings from happening. But guess what? None of those things stopped this shooting from happening. And Trudeau again tries to implement, insists that he will do more gun control to stop these mass shootings from happening. But guess what? Gun control, especially Canadian gun control laws, don't do anything. The RCMP, as showcased, can't be everywhere. They couldn't be everywhere to stop the killer from killing the 5th victim, or the 6th, or the 7th. We, as a society, have to be the ones. We have to be our own first responders. It's the only way to minimize the death toll when these shooters decide to go on a rampage. I got a video from Colian Noir, who addressed the Canadian mass shooting and why Canada's gun control laws just don't work. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and stay safe, guys. Peace out.